Before I get into this video, I just want to thank you all for leaving the feedback in my previous other 2911 videos. It really does help me get my quality up a lot better. So I really hope you notice the improvement in the quality in this video. From 1990 to 1996, Don Spirit was living in Hillsborough County. He was arrested and charged at least 7 times with a mix of misdemeanors and felonies. The charges included battery, drug possession, and depriving a child of food and shelter. Don's daughter Sarah was also investigated. Investigations included virtually every type of abuse or neglect in the agency's handbook: beatings, burnings, medical neglect, poor supervision, drug abuse, abandonment, and domestic battery among them. The details were sometimes outlandish. Sarah once treated a deep cut on her son's foot with bleach, then wrapped the wound in tissue and duct tape. She ignored reported pleas from a school nurse to take him to a doctor. The children frequently missed school due to relentless head lice. One little girl nearly lost her teeth to rot. The children resorted to stealing food because they were hungry. Sarah insisted the family had steak for dinner. Her children said they ate cereal and ramen noodles while the adults dined on the meat. Don beat the children with a belt for even jumping on a couch. November 14, 2001, Osceola County. Don spent 3 years in prison on a charge after he accidentally shot and killed his son Kyle on a hunting trip. Don was pointing out rust on the muzzle of his rifle when it fired, striking Kyle in the head. He put Kyle in the flatbed of his truck and drove to a campsite near U.S. Highway 441 where he got help. Don was a felon from a previous drug conviction at the time of the shooting. He pleaded guilty to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon just as his trial was set to begin in exchange for a minimum sentence. His criminal history totaled to 13 arrests including aggravated battery, marijuana possession, larceny, and a hit-and-run resulting in injury. Residents said Don disliked his grandchildren and called them names in public. In 2007, the Department of Children and Families removed Sarah's children from the home. In 2013, Sarah agreed to accept help from the Department of Children and Families only to be dropped from the program as unsuccessful. She was given back custody of her children with threats from a private child welfare agency's caseworkers that they would bring up charges if she abused her children again. That didn't help. Several more abuse cases followed. Investigators said Sarah Spirit, Don's daughter, was unemployed and providing her father with money earned from sexual acts that she was conducting with a Hispanic male only known as Jose from Trenton. According to investigators, Sarah only knew the man for 2 days and was provided $25 on September 16, 2014, and $70 on September 17, 2014. Don was reportedly supposed to receive some of that money. The report states that he believed Colleen Stewart turned his daughter into a and that the kids were not going to live that kind of life. September 18, 2014. Don forms a plan and puts it into action. He then calls 911 at 4 p.m. to tell them what he had just done.
Gilchrist County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I just shot my daughter and shot all my grandkids, and I'll be sitting on my step, and then when you get here, I'm going to shoot myself.
What is the address that you're at, sir?
2550 Northwest, 25 Perez, Don Spirit. Every one of them are dead.
You said your name is Don Spirit?
Yep.
All right, Don, what kind of do you have?
It doesn't matter what kind of I got. They're all dead, and then when you get here, I'll shoot myself, and then you figure out what kind of it is.
And how long ago did this happen, Don?
I don't want to hear it, man. I'm done with everything. Just bring them out here, that's all. You got all the kids are dead in the house.
Okay, how many people? Okay, how many people?
6 kids, 1 adult.
6 kids and 1 adult?
Yeah. One of them is a baby.
All right, Don. Is there any way you can stay on the phone with me till I get somebody there to help you?
What's that?
Can I have you stay on the phone with me?
No, not that. I'm waiting for them to get here. When they get here, I'm going to shoot myself on my back step. All I'm doing is waiting for them.
So you're sitting on your back steps?
Yep.
Okay, Dawn.
9 minutes later, the first units of the sheriff's office arrived and found Dawn pacing outside of the family home unarmed and with what appeared to be a jug of water. Deputies reported that Dawn told them, "I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the Stewarts. Colleen Stewart turned Sarah into a whore and drugs. I'm fed up with this whole family. The Stewart family. They've ruined my life. They've ruined my life and I'm just tired of them all. And I've taken care of it today." That is when Dawn was observed returning from the back of his trailer with a weapon in which he used to end his own life, shooting himself in the head. According to the department, the family had been involved in 18 child protective investigations from February 2006 to the day of the Dawn had killed his daughter Sarah and his 6 grandchildren. Deputies discovered Sarah's body outside, partially underneath a tarp. The report states that in addition to being shot in the head, she was stabbed 6 times and suffered blunt force trauma from being pistol whipped. The bodies of the children were found at different locations inside the home. Autopsy results show the youngest child died from a gunshot wound to the torso, while the 5 older ones died from a gunshot wound to the head. Dawn's ex-wife indicated to investigators that she believed he was bipolar and possibly under the influence of illegal drugs. The report also mentions that Dawn had been smoking spice and had been off his medication for a month or 2. September 2nd, 2018. Lauren Mcculloch met Melvin Rowland at a local bar where he was working as a bouncer and began a relationship with him. He introduces himself as Sean, a fake name. He visited her often at her residence hall and also built relationships with other students in the building. They date for a little while before her friends start to take notice of how controlling he is over her. They raise their concerns and eventually Lauren looks into him more. October 9th. Lauren learns Melvin's real identity, including his actual age, 37, and also that he was a registered sex offender who spent over a decade in prison. At that point, she decided to end their relationship. She invited Melvin over to her dorm room and confronted him with the information. He admitted to his sex offender status but denied the age difference. Lauren told him she was ending the relationship. He spent the night in her room and borrowed her car the following day to run errands. October 10th, Jill Mcculloch, Lauren's mother, contacted campus dispatch to request a campus security escort to help her daughter retrieve her vehicle from Melvin. University police contacted Lauren and she initially declined the assistance, stating that Melvin was going to drop off the vehicle at her apartment and she felt comfortable having him do that. A dispatcher told Lauren she would have security officers near the building just in case and asked her to call back if the situation changed. October 13th. Lauren contacted University police to report receiving additional messages she believed were from her ex-boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend's friends. The messages demanded money in exchange for not putting compromising photos of Lauren and Melvin on the internet. Lauren stated that she sent $1,000 to an account as demanded in hopes of keeping the photos private. A report was taken, a criminal history was pulled, and the case was assigned to a detective for follow-up on possible extortion charges. Lauren then makes her first 911 call.
I've been blackmailed for money with threats of sending out me.
Okay. Do you live in Salt Lake or Sandy or?
Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, it's building number.
Oh, so what's your mailing address?
So it's the mailing address would be.
Or are you up on campus?
I'm on campus, but
Okay.
it's, I guess the.
So you
it would
live
be
on
like
campus? Let's see.
Up on campus.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get you over. University of Police will probably take the case then. Just one sec.
I've talked to them already, but I
Okay.
just wanted to call you as well.
Because usually, if you've already reported it, usually we just take it where you live, and then that agency does a case. Because, like, if they make threats, the most likely they'll come is at your house or place. So you normally don't have to make multiple reports. Did they tell you to call us, or did they take a case and give you a case number?
No, they didn't.
Okay, but you already did talk to them and tell them about it, or?
Yeah, I was just concerned because I wasn't sure how long they were going to take to.
Are you in line for an
file
officer
the
to call
arrest.
you? Oh, file an arrest. But they didn't give you a case number at all?
Oh, I think they did. Hold on.
Okay. Do you want to talk to them and see kind of more about what's going on with your case?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you want to talk to them to see what's going on with your case?
Wait a minute. Just a second. I think this is. Yes, there's a case number.
Okay, let me get you up to them so they can see what's going on with it. Just one moment.
Okay.
Thanks. I'll talk to them first.
University 911, what is your emergency?
Hey, it's City. She's got a case number pending. She's receiving additional blackmail threats to send building got from her so far, but she does have a case number. She's on the line.
Okay.
October 19th. Lauren calls back for a follow-up after not getting any updates. During this time, Melvin is spotted on security cameras around campus.
This is.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just. I'm worried because I've been working with the campus police at the U. And last Saturday I reported, and then and I haven't gotten an update.
Okay.
But someone contacted me today, someone who was harassed, and said that they know everything about the police.
Okay. So you already spoke to the campus police. Did this happen on the University of Utah campus?
Yes. Yes, and they haven't updated or done anything. So the case, it involves extortion, and those people are still reaching out to me.
Okay. So have you notified the campus police about this?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And what prompted you to call Salt Lake City Police?
Well, I thought it was weird that that there are people who know about the entire case, and the harassers seem to know about it more than me. And I'm concerned there might be an insider who's letting them know about the case.
Okay. So with something,
because I haven't gotten updates.
Yeah.
And it's been a week.
Okay. With something like that, you would want to contact the campus police back and ask to speak to your detective. If you're concerned, you could ask to speak to a detective supervisor. Since it's another agency's area, the Salt Lake Police wouldn't be involved.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then make sure you tell them what you told me, that this is getting through to you from the suspects in your case.
Okay, so the detective you said is who I should contact?
Right. Call the dispatch back and then ask to speak to your detective.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. And then if anything happens, or if you see them when you're like out and about in Salt Lake City proper, not audit on University of Utah property, and for something like that, we'd be the best people to call. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Bye.
October 22nd. Lauren emailed police to report having received an additional text from a spoofed number claiming to be Deputy Chief Rick Mcculloch requesting she come to the police station. University police now believe the text came from Melvin with the intent of getting Lauren to leave her dorm room. Melvin spent the afternoon waiting for Lauren with some of her friends in the residence hall. Lauren called her mother at around 8 p.m. to tell her she had done well on a quiz and also had another project due that she was going to get done early. Her father could overhear the conversation in the next room, and they were both happy to hear the excitement in her voice. That all changed in an instant. Just as they were wrapping up their conversation, Lauren starts repeating no in a horrified and panicked tone. 8:20 p.m. Melvin confronts Lauren while on the phone with her mother in a parking lot outside of her residence hall. In the altercation, she dropped her cell phone and belongings. He dragged Lauren to a different spot in the parking lot where he forced her in the backseat of a car he had driven to campus and shot her multiple times. 8:23 p.m. Dispatch received a call from Matt Mcculloch, Lauren's father, stating he believed his daughter was in trouble, relayed what her mother had heard on the phone and requested that officers respond. 8:32 p.m. Police responded to the parking lot, located Lauren's belongings and began searching her dorm, surrounding area, and parking lot. Additional resources were mobilized. 8:38 p.m. Melvin was picked up by a woman who he had met on a dating site and asked her for a ride, saying he had just finished a workout at the U. She picked him up and they went to dinner at a local restaurant, drove by the state capitol, and then went to her home in downtown Salt Lake City where Melvin took a shower. About an hour after his first call, Matt calls 911 to reach out about his daughter since he hadn't yet received any updates.
Hi, my name's Matt Mcculloch. My daughter is Lauren Mcculloch, and she went missing tonight, and we reported it to the University of Utah police. She's a student there. And I just want to make sure that you guys know about that.
So we wouldn't really need to, other than her being listed, she would be listed as a missing person on the national database if you made a missing persons report. But
okay.
Otherwise, I mean,
okay,
there's not anything else.
So this is more than that. She was abducted while we were talking to her on the telephone.
Okay.
So we heard her being assaulted, and we called the University of Utah campus police. And I'm just calling you to let you know that this just happened like an hour ago. And it's not just she went missing.
Was it they were in the Buick Lancer?
Could you please say that again?
Was it that they were in that silver Buick Lancer?
I don't know anything about a silver Buick Lancer.
Okay. Yeah, University let us know about it. We had our units. We notified them as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye.
9:55 p.m. During a search of the parking lot, police discovered Lauren's body in the backseat of a vehicle. 9:56 p.m. A secure in-place alert was sent campus-wide that stated there had been a shooting on campus. 10:09 p.m. Alert sent with suspect information. Updates were sent approximately every 30 minutes reiterating the secure in-place order. 11:46 p.m. Alert sent lifting secure in-place order after University police determined suspect had left campus. October 13th at 12:01 a.m. Alert sent identifying shooter as Melvin Rowland. During this time, Melvin had been dropped off at a coffee shop in downtown Salt Lake. After seeing the news coverage, the woman who gave him a ride recognized him and called the police. 12:46 a.m. Salt Lake City police located Melvin and engaged in a foot pursuit where he ran into Trinity AME Church, and as the police entered the church, he shot himself. If you want to see the full timeline of events for this case, I have a link in the description. The University of Utah put their own timeline of events, and it is extremely accurate, so feel free to check it out. Summer of 2016. Jane Doe said she met Sean Great at the Kroc Center in Ashland, Ohio. She said they would have lunch there a couple of times a week and go on long walks and talk about the Bible and life and occasionally play tennis at Brookside Park. She later testified that Great hinted about wanting more than a friendship, but she turned him down. Jane said she did not believe in premarital, called it a no-no. It would not let Great enter her apartment. He'd been there, but he'd never been in. I have boundaries. I don't let guys in my place. It's just not a good idea, she said. Jane didn't even exchange phone numbers with Great and said that he respected her decisions. Sean had broken into a house on Covert Court about a month prior to meeting Jane. She had no idea it wasn't his place and had visited a couple of times prior. She said that she thought Sean would never hurt her. She thought of him like an older brother. Sadly, she was about to see a very different side of Sean. September 11th, 2016. Jane and Sean went for a walk and stopped at a Dollar Tree because she needed cleaning supplies. They ended up getting a ride from her friend Tamara and went back to her place. She made them peanut butter sandwiches, and Sean ate his outside. After they ate, Jane said that Sean told her he had a bag of clothes at his place from his mother and sister to give to her, and also asked if she had an extra Bible. They then started walking to his place. Jane said she was reading Bible passages while Sean went to the kitchen of his house. She said his whole demeanor changed when he returned. He started pulling the Bible out of my hand. I looked at him and that's when he said, "You're not going anywhere." Jane was beat and sexually assaulted while remaining held captive for days. The woman remains unidentified due to the fact that she was a victim of a sexual assault. September 13th. Jane wakes up to find Sean still asleep. She takes this opportunity to pray and then frees herself from her restraints and makes her way over to Sean's phone and calls 911 from the other side of the room.
911, what is the address to your emergency?
By the 4th Street Laundromat.
What is it?
4th Street Laundromat.
What's the problem?
I've been abducted.
What's your name? How do you spell your last name? Who abducted you?
Sean Green.
You said John Green?
Sean Great.
Where's he at now?
Asleep.
Where's he sleeping at?
In the bedroom.
In what bedroom?
There's 2 houses right by the laundry street. And it's in one of those houses.
But you're at the laundromat?
No, I'm in the bedroom with them.
What color's the house? Is it across? If I'm looking at the laundromat, which way is it?
If you're looking in the laundromat, it's one on the left of the 2.
You don't know what color the house is?
No. Please hurry.
Does he have a car?
No. Well, Lisa down the street.
What's your phone number you're calling me from?
I don't know.
And you think it's a yellow house?
I think so, but it's on the left.
Is it an apartment?
No, it's a house.
Okay, does he own the house?
No, he broke into it.
Does anybody actually live there?
I think they've been abandoned.
And his name is Sean Great?
Yes.
Like Grate?
Yes.
Does he have a weapon?
He's got a taser.
Where do you live? What does he look like? Is he a white male or a black male?
White.
Is he like 6 foot or is he shorter than that?
He's like 6'1", 6'2".
Do you know how much he weighs?
Probably 175.
Are you injured?
A little.
What color is his hair?
Brown.
Do you know what color his eyes are? What's he wearing?
Nothing right now.
Okay, stay on the phone with me. Stay on the line with me, okay? Is he still sleeping?
Yes.
Where did he take you from?
My apartment. I mean, I was walking with him.
You were walking with him?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you walking to?
I've known him for like a month and a half.
Is there any way you can get out of the building?
I don't know without waking him, and I'm scared.
Is there a bathroom in the house?
Well, his bedroom is closed, and he made it so it would make noise.
And if you told him you had to go to the bathroom, he would do something to you?
Yeah, because he had me tied up.
Are you tied up now?
Well, yeah, but I kind of freed myself.
Is he in the same room with you?
Yes.
Is it his phone you have?
Yes. Are they on the way?
No, we have officers we're sending.
Please send enough.
Okay, if you're worried, you don't have to talk. You can just set the phone down, okay? I just need to hear if the officers find you or not. Are you upstairs or are you downstairs?
We're downstairs. There's a door. There's a side door on the right of the left house, and that's where we enter. Immediately there's a kitchen right there, and then the bedroom is right off from the kitchen.
Okay. Do you need an ambulance? Are you bleeding from anywhere?
Not anymore.
Where were you bleeding from? You don't have to talk if you don't need to, okay? Do you know where he lives?
No. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I woke him up.
I just set the phone down. Are you still there?
I'm a stalker.
What?
I'm a stalker.
Do you hear any officers outside?
No.
Okay, they're in the area.
See if they can come in the side door slow, softly.
Is there a padlock on the bedroom door, or is it just a regular lock?
No, I don't even know if it's locked. It has a knob, so.
Can you get up and see if you can get out?
I'm afraid of waking him. If I knew the cops were right there, I would do it. I don't even know if it opens, how it opens.
Is there a window around there you can look out?
Yeah, but the floor squeaks in, it's right by his head.
Are you laying down?
No, I'm standing right by the bedroom door.
And you can't open it?
What?
Can you open it?
I'm afraid without making noise.
Is the door to the house open?
I don't know, probably, maybe. I don't think he has a key, I'm not sure. Because I think he broke in here.
Can you see out any window that you're at?
They're all curtains shut.
What's that? What's that noise?
I don't hear anything.
If you think you can get out, you need to get out.
Not unless they were right here. They would hear me, catch me any strong.
She's on the first floor. Are you at the house closest to the laundromat or the other one? Are you the one closest to the laundromat or the other one?
We were standing in the laundromat looking at the two houses. It would be on the left.
If you're looking out of the laundromat, so if you're looking at the laundromat, be the one on the right. At the laundromat. She said if you're looking at the laundromat, it'd be the one on the left.
Side door. Side door.
And the side door. The side door to the right.
Okay, I can hear them.
You hear them?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you think you can get out? Are you out of the bedroom?
Yes. It doesn't have a doorknob. They need to push.
The door doesn't have a doorknob?
No.
Can you see them?
No, have them push the door a little.
He said push the door. Are they on the other side of the door?
Yeah, I think so.
She said have you guys push the door. There's no doorknob there.
Just push it slowly. Where'd they go?
Can you get out of the bedroom?
And the door is doesn't have a knob.
If you're looking right on the mat, it's on the left. If you're looking at the mat, come in. The same thing. Can you hear anybody right now?
I heard the side door open.
She heard the side door open.
Where'd they go? I'm out of the bedroom.
You're out? Okay, can you get to the door where you can see out? Huh? Can you get out of the house? It's locked. Are you at the door?
Yeah, I am.
She's at the door. You're on the door to the right-hand side of the house.
Yeah.
She's at the door on the right side of the house. She got out of the bedroom. Is there a window there?
Yeah, I'm looking out of it. Tell them to come back.
She said,
hurry, hurry.
She said to hurry up and come back. Can you?
Yeah, they can see me if they come
locked.
to it.
The door is locked. No, the bedroom door had no door handle. This one, it's locked. You can't get out. Can you unlock the door at all?
Come on out. Hurry up, get out of here. Where is he?
Bedroom sleeping.
Still sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, they have her.
He's unarmed.
Unarmed?
Yeah.
Right. You need to go. Hang on. Right now. Do it. Go through it. Go around your belly. are you? Oh, okay. Go on in. Here's the blanket. Well, if you can't be in there, here, cover yourself up. Tell me what happened. What happened?
Ashland County Prosecutor Christopher Tunnell was quoted saying, "Great plan to keep and rape her from the first time he met her." He also says that while Sean raped her, he told her she was going to die. After Jane was rescued and Sean was arrested, authorities discovered the bodies of 2 other women in the house. The bodies found at the house were identified as Stacy Stanley, missing about a week prior to his arrest, and Elizabeth Griffith, reported missing about a month prior to his arrest. He was represented in court by court-appointed attorney Rolf Whitney. Initially, Rolf entered a plea of not guilty to all charges, but after Sean confessed to 5 murders during a press interview, he changed the plea to not guilty by reason of insanity. The day of his arrest, Sean led lead investigators to Candace Cunningham's body in neighboring Richland County. They found her remains behind a burnt-down house. Based on additional information given by Sean, the death of Rebecca Lisi had also been reopened. Her cause of death was originally ruled a drug overdose, but Sean admitted to strangling her after she stole $4 from him. His first victim was the most recent to be identified as Dana Lowry. Her remains were found in 2007, but she was later identified due to information provided by Sean. He said she had sold magazines to his mother but never delivered them. He saw her one day and talked her into his truck saying he wanted to purchase magazines. He then murdered her. May 7, 2018. Sean was found guilty of murdering Stacy Stanley and Elizabeth Griffith. June 1st, Sean was sentenced to death. An initial execution date was set upon conviction for September 13, 2018. However, the execution was stayed due to a pending appeal to the Ohio Supreme Court. March 1, 2019. Sean pleaded guilty in the murders of Rebecca Lisi and Candace Cunningham, and was sentenced to life in prison without parole for the murder of Lacey, and 17 years to life for the other charges, with the sentences running consecutively. Sean remains on death row. Also, another side update I found while writing this whole script. Rebecca's father actually doesn't believe that Sean murdered his daughter. He still thinks it was drug-related, even though Sean admitted to it. That's just something I found out that I didn't include in the script. October 2012, Aledo, Texas. 17-year-old Jacob Evans was homeschooled along with his sister Mallory. Jacob's mother, Jamie, worked in the school system. His father was out of town for business. These are his words on what happened. I had just got home from the allergist and having lunch when I started watching Rob Zombie's Halloween. In the movie, a 12-year-old boy murders his stepfather, sister, and his sister's boyfriend. It was the 3rd time this week I'd watched it. While watching it, I was amazed at how at ease the boy was during the murders and how little remorse he had afterward. I was thinking to myself it would be the same for me when I kill someone. After I watched the movie, I put it back in the case and threw it in the trash can so that people wouldn't think that it influenced me in any way. After that, I went outside to hit golf balls in the yard for about an hour. I went inside around 5:30 p.m. and just sat in the living room thinking about how I was going to kill my family. My plan was to kill my sister and my mom at my house, and then go over to my grandparents and kill my oldest sister Emily and my 2 grandparents. Then I was going to wait until morning and kill my other sister Audrey because she was visiting from college. After I got up from the couch, it was between 6 and 6:30. My grandma had called my mom to ask if I wanted to go to the cleaners with her. I went, and while we were in town, we got dinner. We made a quick stop at the post office, and then she dropped me off at my house. I took my dinner to the pool house and watched Family Guy for a little bit. I went back into the house and saw that my mom and sister were watching the debate. I went outside again to swing freely with my golf club. Around 9 p.m. I went upstairs in my house to watch Family Guy. About 10 minutes later, my sister came upstairs and asked if I wanted to watch a movie. I said no because earlier that day at the allergist appointment, she made a comment about a black worker that was mowing the grass. She said, "Ha, that black guy looks like a..." In the past, Mallory had always said comments like that and would make fun of homeless people. I scolded her for what she said and told her that she was becoming white trash. We continued arguing in the doctor's office, and when we got back into the car, I told her to look up the word and see if she had the same opinion about black people. She then said that she would never be a part of lynching, but is still a racist. I then said that she makes me sick and called her a bitch. So that goes on after I told her that I didn't want to watch a movie. She went up to her room, and I went downstairs to my parents' closet, and I got my dad's blue foldable knife. I went back upstairs and kept pacing back and forth, imagining killing Mallory. Thoughts of causing her pain kept entering my mind and were really bothering me. But then I'd think about the times she hurt my feelings or really pissed me off. So finally, around 9:30, I knocked on her door and asked if she wanted to watch Waterboy. She said yes and sat on the couch beside the sofa I was on. I told her that I was going to the art room to get a pen. When I was in the art room, I stood there again imagining killing Mallory. After 30 minutes, I finally went in the room and sat on the sofa with the knife in my pocket. I sat for about 5 minutes and then playfully threw a pillow at Mallory. We started having a pillow fight in the room. After a while, I thought to myself that if I were to kill my mom and Mallory, I wouldn't want them to feel anything. So I decided to kill them both with the .22 I stole from my grandpa. I told Mallory that I needed to go downstairs for a little bit. After I saw that my mom was in the study, I went to my closet and picked up the pistol. I set it on the bed and was nervously opening the cylinder over and over again. I then spent probably over an hour walking nervously around the house thinking how life will never be the same and how I will never see them again. Around 11:15, I went upstairs with the pistol and stood there for about 5 minutes. I knocked on the door and told Mallory that Mom needed her. She came out and out of the corner of her eye saw me pointing the gun at her. She thought I was joking and told me that I was freaking her out. I shot her in the back and then in the head. I ran down to the study and shot my mom 3 times. In shock, I ran to my room and was screaming at the top of my lungs that I am really messed up and that I killed my mom and sister. I emptied the shells on my bed. I heard noises and realized that Mallory was still alive. While I loaded the gun back up, I was shouting that I was sorry and then ran as fast as I could to kill her. I then made sure my mom was dead and shot her again in the head. After the shooting, I walked outside for a few minutes and then came back inside. Very shocked and scared, I placed the kitchen counter and walked into the living room to dial 911. October 4th, 2012. Jake called 911 to report what he had just done.
Placer County 911, where is your emergency?
My house.
What's the address?
152 River Creek Lane.
Okay, what's the emergency?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
I shot him with a .22.
And what is your name?
Jake Evans.
Jay Evans?
Jake Evans.
Are you sure they're dead?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Hold on just a minute. Where is the...
It's on the kitchen counter.
Okay. It's a .22?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Jake, hold on. Stay on the line with me, okay?
All right.
Jake?
Yes?
Are you on any kind of medication?
No. Well, I've been going to the allergist a lot lately.
Yeah.
With my mom. But no, nothing other than that.
Okay. How are you?
17.
You don't take any other kind of medication?
I mean, other than like Zyrtec and like Advil and, you know, like Sudafed and stuff like that, you know, for allergies and headaches, but
yeah.
No.
Okay, do you, is there any reason that you were so angry at your mother and your sister?
I don't know, I wasn't, it's weird, I wasn't even really angry with them. It just kind of happened. I've been kind of planning on killing for a while now.
The two of them, or just anybody?
Pretty much anybody.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really like people's kind of attitude.
Right.
I think they're very like, you know, emotional, I don't know, verbally rude to each other and stuff like that.
Right.
And I don't know.
It's okay.
It's just my family, I don't know, they're just kind of really, I guess this is really selfish to say, but to me, I felt like they were just suffocating me in a way. I don't know. I think, obviously, you know, I'm pretty, I guess, evil, but that's, whatever.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all right. I'm listening. Okay, you have my undivided attention. Were your mom and sister in their beds?
No. This is really gonna mess me up for this, you know, in the future. See, my sister, I told my sister that my mom needed her.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her room, and she came out of her room, and I shot her, and she rolled down the stairs, and I shot her again, and then I went down and I shot my mom about maybe 3 or 4 times, but I'll never forget this.
Okay, that's fine.
My sister, she came down the stairs and she was screaming, and I was telling her that I'm sorry, but to just hold still.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, I was just gonna make it go away, you know, but she just kept on freaking out. But finally she fell down and I shot her in the head about probably 3 times.
So they're both downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, where are you?
In the kitchen.
Okay. You're not sitting by the gun, are you?
No, it's about like 10 or 15 feet away from me.
That's all right. Where's your dad?
He's out of town.
Do you know where he is? Out of town?
Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And for, I guess, future reference, I don't really want to see any of my family members, you know, like it, and visiting or whatever. I don't know how it works or anything, but I just don't want any type of visitors. I don't want to see.
Okay. Where do you go to school, Jake?
Well, I used to go to Leo High School, but now I'm kind of being homeschooled.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's just you and your sister and your mom and dad in the house live there?
No, my dad's out of town.
Well, yeah, but normally it's just your mom and your sister and your dad and you.
Yeah, and my grandpa and grandma, they live across the street, and my oldest sister, she lives with my grandparents, and I have another sister, and she's out in college. She was going to come out to visit us tomorrow.
Okay. You don't want to hurt yourself, do you?
I'm a little freaked out about now.
Oh, sure. But you don't want to hurt yourself.
I don't know. I definitely, I assure you, I definitely don't like myself, But I'm just so freaked out by now, and just to let you know, like, I hate the feeling of killing someone. I'm gonna be messed up.
There are people that will help you.
Oh God.
Well, you just take a deep breath. We have deputies coming, and they're going to help you. We're here to help you too. Okay? We're going to help you. We're not going to hurt you. All right?
I understand if y'all want to,
No, we're not going to hurt you. We're there to help you, Jake.
All right.
All right, everybody thinks that, we want to do bad things, but we don't. We want to help people. Right or wrong, we want to help people. And we're going to help you. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
We're also here to help. Okay. Jake, where is the kitchen in the house? Is it the back of the house?
Yeah, kind of to the back, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. We're talking with our sergeant now. He's almost at your house. What I'll probably ask you to do, Jake, is when he gets there, is turn your porch light on.
All right.
Okay. Okay, and what he'll probably do is ask you to come out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be all right. You're going to be all right. Okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, though, and talk with you. That's okay. And you can talk to me. I'll listen. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Okay. What's your grandparents' last name?
Stevens.
Stevens? With a V or a PH?
What's it? Stevens. Stavens.
Okay. Okay. What's your grandpa's first name?
Jim.
Jim. And grandma?
Diane.
Diane. Is it a gated community? Is there a gate?
Yes. Do you want the password?
Yes, please.
3.
Wrong radio. Okay. Do you have a driver's license?
No.
No driver's license? What's your date of birth, honey?
1995.
Month?
May.
May. And the date?
May 22nd.
May 22nd, 1995?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's going to be all right. It really is, okay?
All right.
But I'm going to stay on the phone with you. They'll be there shortly. Won't be long now.
That's your call. Just follow your protocol. Ours is we got to wait till we get on scene.
Call 434 received. Call 434, are you en route to the 12 to assist? Jake, would you mind going to the front door and turning the porch light on, or any lights that you have outside?
I turned them on.
Okay. Paul 414, or correction, Paul 404. My caller has turned the front lights on for you. Are you okay, Jake?
I'm just thinking about my sister.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 15.
15.
Yeah. She was, I don't know. She had a really sweet side, but she was kind of racist, and I don't know, kind of rude to me sometimes. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
How long ago did this happen, or how long ago did you shoot your sister and mom? Just a little while ago?
Yeah. Like
when you called?
30 minutes ago.
About 30 minutes ago?
Yeah.
About 30 minutes ago. Okay. You'll be all right, Jake. Okay? You'll be all right.
I'm like really worried about like nightmares and stuff like that. Are there any type of medication for that and stuff?
Well, I think there is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but the justice system, and I'm sure your family will get you the support you need.
I don't mean to sound like a wimp or anything, but this is wow. I've never done anything violent in my whole life,
You don't sound like a violent person. No, you don't. But there, help will be provided for you, medical and psychological. That'll be provided to you, okay? So you don't have to worry about that right now. Take deep breaths for me, okay? You're doing fine. In through your nose and out through your mouth. So you don't hyperventilate, okay? And that'll slow down your heart rate, too. I'm sure it's just jumping all over in your chest. There you go. A couple more. Good. That sounds good. You sound a lot calmer right now. Just keep taking deep breaths. And it'll keep the anxiety down. Are there any cars in your driveway, Jake?
No.
No cars in the driveway? Okay.
No.
All right. Deep breaths, honey. In through your nose, real deep.
I just thought it'd be quick, I didn't want them to feel any pain. That's why I used the gun.
Okay.
But it was like everything went wrong.
It's all right. Keep breathing for me. Okay, just in through your nose, real slow, out through your mouth. A couple more deep breaths for me. There you go. Real deep in, real slow and real deep. Jake, my officers are almost there. Would you be willing to walk out on your own?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I guess I should tell, I forgot, before I called,
yes,
the gun on the counter, for some reason, when I put it down, it was loaded, just to let y'all know.
Okay, that's fine, as long as it's on the counter.
Yeah, it's on the counter, I swear.
All right, I believe you. Okay, they'll be there shortly, but I'll stay on the phone with you until, it's time for you to walk out. Okay?
All right.
Are you on your home phone?
Yes.
Is it cordless?
Yes.
Okay. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. You're doing good. What color's your house, Jake? Red brick?
Yeah.
Okay. Red brick? Okay. Okay. Okay, Jake, what I want you to do is after we get through talking, I want you to put the phone down and leave it in the kitchen. You don't have to hang it up, okay? But I want you to walk outside. But when you're walking through the house and outside, stay visible. You know, don't hide behind any furniture. Open the front door. Do you have a glass screen door or a glass door, or just the front door?
Just the front door.
Okay. When you open the front door, step back, put your hands behind your head, and slowly walk outside, okay? Or I'm not behind your hand, but keep your hands up in the air. Just walk very slowly and walk outside, but keep your hands visible. All right, sweetie?
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and put the phone down and do it. And then just listen to what Sergeant Fletcher has to say. He's very appreciative that you're willing to come out on your own. He thinks that's great. All right?
All right.
And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Deputies from Parker County Sheriff's Office responded to the call just after midnight. At the scene, deputies found the 2 bodies and Jake. Capital murder was only punishable by death or life in prison without parole in Texas. The United States Supreme Court ruled both unconstitutional because of Evan's age at the time of the murders. Legislators have since made adjustment to the law. The court also wrestled over concerns over Evan's mental health. 2 psychologists determined he was incompetent to stand trial, and Evans was ordered into the care of a state mental health hospital. On April 20th, 2015, the court was notified by hospital officials that Jake was competent and able to stand trial. Jake accepted a plea bargain for 45 years for the 2 counts of murder to run concurrently. Jake must serve at least half of his sentence before becoming eligible for parole. He will be credited the 2.5 years he was in jail or in the state mental hospital awaiting trial. When I look at people, especially teenagers, I see them as being very cruel to each other emotionally. It seems like their favorite hobby is picking on someone else. The people who are racist, bullies, and who are full of themselves are the really evil ones, and it amazes me because those 3 qualities are extremely common today. I was very sad because I felt like my own family were becoming the people I hate. I know now, though, that I'm done with killing. It's the most dreadful and terrifying thing I will ever experience. And what happened last night will haunt me forever. I appreciate you all checking out this video, and I really do appreciate all the comments you have left in the previous ones trying to give me advice. As hopefully you've noticed by this version of the video, I'm trying to get better each time I do this series. I'm just kind of learning as I go, so any feedback you guys have, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you would like to help support the channel, make sure you go check out my Patreon page, or you can become a channel member, or if you want, just share the video, subscribe, leave a comment, do any of that stuff. Either way, I really do appreciate you checking this out, and yeah, these videos are really dark. My heart goes out to all the families affected by this. I can't imagine being in some of the shoes of these people. Especially Lauren's father and mother. That had to be really hard, hearing the abduction, and then just being so far away, you're helpless. I will catch you all in the next video. And just remember, it's always scarier if it's true. Bad bye.